Tonight on Fox 10 Investigates, a dog rescue operation in Phoenix is on the radar of the Arizona Humane Society. Earlier this month, our team received several reports and tips about a facility housing dozens of dogs in filthy conditions.
Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum brought those concerns to officials to see what's being done about it. And he found out Arizona Humane Society has its hands tied in many situations.
We want to warn you, images from inside this animal rescue may be tough to watch for some viewers. Our source, who captured what conditions looked like just a couple of weeks ago inside Puppy Luv, wants to remain anonymous. Concerns have been brought to the Arizona Humane Society, and investigators say in cases like this, their hands are tied. All the barking you hear lets you know you're in the right place. Puppy Luv Animal Rescue, located just off the I-17 near Deer Valley Road in Phoenix. The organization moved in back in May. Its social media profile describes Puppy Luv as a no-kill foster home-based rescue. Now, multiple complaints have been reported to the Arizona Humane Society. Here's how McKenna Hamilton, a former Puppy Luv employee, describes the rescue.
Every dog at that location is in a crate, and then puppies are often put with litter mates, up to 5 puppies in the same crate. Or like we had a litter of Chihuahuas, there was 8 dogs in the same crate.
Hamilton says she worked here for about 4 months, quitting in September. A source who wants to remain anonymous captured these images inside the facility, showing dogs and puppies in crates lying in what appears to be their own waste.
It's literally lining the crate, and dogs that are on top of the other dogs will pee and poop on the dogs below them, and then that also gets in the water bowls, and a lot of times they go all day without drinking water because their water is so filthy they refuse to drink it, so they're very dehydrated, they're very skinny, they're underfed.
Dogs bunking together with rare opportunity to get out in space, according to Hamilton. These photos and videos were taken on October 6th, just a few days before investigators with the Arizona Humane Society dropped by to check out the rescue. I sat down with the director of field operations, Tracy Miller. I have to show you these. I mean, you can just swipe to the left and see. To compare to what you saw yesterday, I mean, has there been improvement? I mean, they're clearly sitting in their own feces and urine, and the water, the food is all affected.
Definitely. And that was one of the things that the notice was given to. I'm not sure when these photos were taken. When my investigator was there on Tuesday, we took our own set of photos from when we were on scene that are time and date stamped. And one of the requirements that we gave them was the water bowls. It cannot be on the ground. That's why we told them they needed to get a secure water bucket that's above and beyond, so if the animal does urinate or defecate in their kennel, it's not getting in the water.
AHS issued Puppy Luv's owners a notice of complaint, giving staff 3 days to comply with requirements. Would you say that they have too many dogs or not enough staff? I mean, what's your diagnosis of that situation?
I definitely think they have too many dogs in the space that they have chose to keep their rescue in.
At the Phoenix location, adult dogs, we have between 40 and 50, all in varying sizes of crates. Most of the dogs barely have enough room to turn around in. And then in the puppy room, depending on any given day, it's between 0 and all the way up to 30 dogs at a time in the puppy room. So at the location at any given time, there's approximately 100 dogs.
So where are all these dogs coming from?
They do appear to be all puppies from tribal lands, and the owners did tell us that is where they get the majority of their puppies.
The day after our interview with AHS, an officer returned for a follow-up visit at Puppy Luv. Our cameras were there as Phoenix police investigated the property. We saw some dogs outside in kennels while employees tried to clean up, as we watched officers speak to the owner, Bradley Ware, and his wife, Gwen Ware, the founder of Puppy Luv Animal Rescue. Are the dogs okay?
Yes, the dogs are fine.
She didn't have anything else to say. Neither did Bradley. Hey, Mr. Ware, would you like to comment on the conditions? I'm standing right here on a public sidewalk. You have anything to say about this? You have a platform. If not, totally understand. We're told by AHS that Puppy Luv was not in compliance during this inspection once again. Are you guys being cited? Anything happen at all? Can you say that?
We are not being cited.
It's up to Phoenix police to find probable cause to cite the organization for violating the city's ordinance for cruel neglect, specifically failing to provide an animal with necessary food fit for consumption or water that is suitable for drinking. Miller tells me regulations on these operations just don't exist.
Here in our state, shelters, rescues, and breeders, do they need any specific licensing or do they require routine inspections?
No to both. There's no regulations, there's no licensing for any of those breeders, rescuers, or shelters, and there is no oversight.
She says the Phoenix City Code is clearer than the state's.
Right now, the state just says as long as they have water in the backyard, they're fine. It could be covered in mold and algae or whatnot, and that's acceptable. Also, the definition of food needs to be breed specific, and it also has to be edible. Same thing as water. If it's covered in mold, if it's been sitting out in the sun and there's ants in it, it's still acceptable according to state.
Miller says from September 2023 to September 2024, AHS has completed nearly 10,000 animal cruelty reports. But AHS has no legal standing to charge violations and is left to simply refer what they believe to be criminal cases to law enforcement agencies across the valley.
We submitted last year, my team alone, over 260 cases to our law enforcement agencies for prosecution, and I don't know what has happened to any of them.
All AHS can do is continue to respond to thousands of calls and work to get rescues like Puppy Luv in compliance with the laws on the books.
If they don't and we get another complaint, absolutely, we'll go back out there and investigate it again.
The Arizona Humane Society has done 5 on-site visits at Puppy Luv Rescue. They've issued 3 notices of complaint during that time. Now the facility is in compliance. Conditions have improved. There are bucket-style water containers inside the kennels, but AHS acknowledges this situation did get out of control, and they will be monitoring the situation as well with upcoming spot checks. I'm Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum.
If you have a tip for Fox 10 Investigates for Justin, just scan that QR code on your screen or email fox10investigates@fox.com.